Hi there, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this meets you, whatever time. Accept my greetings, okay? Ah, welcome to our channel once more. And for the beautiful fans in South Africa that have been supporting us, ah, thank you so much. May God continue to bless your hearts. All right, thanks. This is Lady Gola. For those that are just stopping by for the first time, you are highly welcome. And please don't forget to support us by giving us a beautiful thumbs up and always ring that notification bell down there. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, please, we'd love to have you in our family, right? Okay, now today I'll go by asking a quick question. What are you addicted to? In life, we're addicted in one thing or the other. Either we're addicted to alcohol or to sweet things or to food, or to meaty things, or to movies, to our televisions. There is something that we are addicted to in life. But the real topic today, or the real question today that I want us to go into is your sexual addiction natural or spiritual? Okay, now we know as teenagers, back in our days, being teenagers, there was not so much, things to distract us, or for us to learn out of our homes. Like being teenagers in those days, you have little or nothing to actually, predict in the world that, okay, I am a teenager now. I have to do this. I have to do that. We're always kind of suppressed because there was little or no media for us to learn some certain type of things from. But now, this present world, this present time, please excuse my chickens, they always announce their presence. Okay, now in this present time, our teenagers are exposed to so many things. Before they even get to the teenage stage or phase in their life, they have known almost everything that concerns that involves sexuality. They are exposed to media, to TV, to radios, to magazines. For heaven's sake, sexuality is everywhere. And their anxiety grow every single day. They want to explore their bodies. They want to know about their sexuality. They want to know about, the other sex. They want to experience things. They just want things to happen. So when they reach this stage, it's almost always very difficult to get a message into a teenager's, ear there without him judging you or her judging you or you judging the child, because their movements are always kind of suspicious all the time because they are agitated. They want to just explore. They want to see what the world has for them. So now, what our concern here is, if you have a teenage child at home, you already have to know that, all right, this stage or this phase in this child's life, there will be challenges with the child herself and with you, the parents back at home, and with the other siblings as well. Because you get teenagers when they attain this age, you feel like, okay, I'm the man of the house, I'm the second madam of the house. They start passing orders to their junior ones. They start feeling big. They don't want to work. They don't want to do their chores. They just want to make decisions of their own. It's now that it is at this stage that you, the parent, first of all, have to educate yourself. Then you know how to educate the child and be able to pick out. Because if you don't educate yourself, you control yourself spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, you will not be able to monitor your child and exactly pick out what is happening. Because most at times, addictions that we suffer from in our early ages starts from that teenagehood, start from young. So if you don't know how to monitorize it, you don't know how to control it, you don't know what to do as parents, know that the child will twist its way and through that phase and into another adult phase that will be so difficult for you to pick out if what is happening is natural now or spiritually. We are in a world in which a lot of evil goes on. There is a lot high level of spirituality, neither from the negative side or the positive side. But either way, there is spirituality, there is high level of it. So the children are being exposed in these things in every area of their lives. They are going to school, they are meeting different children. You don't know where they are from, you don't know their backgrounds. They go out there, you send them out for errands, you don't know who they meet along the line. You don't know who they meet along the line, and you don't know who advises them, who encourages them to do what and don't do what. So it is left on the parents now to start from this stage to avoid the early mistakes in the later life, in the future. Because what we are suffering from today started somewhere, baby steps. So when you start seeing your child in the house, kind of start getting interest in the skins or sections in the movies that concern a lot of exposure, kissing and all that, you start kind of educating that child. Don't school at the child yet, educate. And while you are educating, your eyes, your ears and your every sense is open, active. Because when you are talking with a child, when you are discussing with a child, even with an adult, you know immediately the state in which this person is, and you know the steps you can take to help the person. Because when children go out there, they have friends that advise them, that have been exposed to things. Friends are important. There's no way we can live without having friends. Nobody's an island. But the problem here is the kind of friends we do interact with, our teenagers do interact with. It's always a problem. And that friend is another person's child. So we don't get to kind of judge completely, but to kind of educate our own, our loved ones on what to avoid and what to expect in life, and how to kind of lift up to a certain expectation about yourself, how to see yourself in the world of being, free and not in a cave. Now, when they go out there and they mix up with friends, as I said, it is always good for us to kind of bring them back to us. Bring ourselves back to the comfort zone. Do not spend much time with friends. Time that is fruitless. Even being an adult, if you have friends and you find it comfortable spending all your time with friends, dialoguing, discussing on things that are not relevant, then you need to do a checkup for yourself. Then talk less of teenagers that have, they look for reasons to always quit the house and meet up with friends. They have games they play, they have, tablets and Android phones and whatever thing that keeps them now busy. They don't want to study, they don't want to do anything that is productive. They are just buried in those things that we provide for them. At a certain point, even if you don't provide, they provide for themselves. So when things start going out of hand, you start seeing some funny activities or some things that your teenage ones are doing, or your own loved ones, that the elderly ones around you are fidgeting. You need to kind of descend on it. Pray over it. Let God kind of give you a spirit of discernment to be able to pick out exactly what is happening. Because when we start trying to explore ourselves, we start fidgeting, we start with the sexual activities, as I said, one step at a time. And then we start having, there are these breakups that come, especially at the teenage stage. Once they go exploring the sexual activities around them and their bodies, and getting to know the other sex perfectly, there are bound to be heartbreaks. There are bound to be, failures in love, disappointment in love, and all that. And when those things start happening, they want to shift into the next phase. They want to try more. Okay, I've got disappointment in this. Let me do this. Let me do this so that I will not be disappointed again. I saw my friend do this, and things are in order. So let me try. And you don't know what the friend did, because now our young ones do get into spiritual practice in a negative way more than us. They want to explore everything. They want to know about everything. So when a child gets to that level of involving spiritually, or want to control a phase of his life spiritually, that is when we know that the spiritual, the sexual addiction is no more a natural thing, but a spiritual part of it. Because they are spirits, as I always say. The world is governed by spirit. The physical is governed by the spiritual. Okay, as I was saying before, the spiritual, the physical is governed by the spiritual. And when they see somebody that has that weakness or has that anxiety, that agitation, to get more into sexual things, they start fidgeting with pornos, they start fidgeting with sexual magazines, things that talk only about sex. They get involved and they kind of possess that personality, and it becomes a problem on its own. And nothing can change. And as they grow along the line, it gets worse. Except, by God's grace, and it's being dictated, and some kind of cleansings and deliverance takes place. Know that that child or that person will grow to be a sexual addicted person. Now the spiritual has included itself. The spiritual part of it has added. It is no more natural. No, the natural thing that grows up, the hormones that grow up, the testosterone that pops up, and we want to do things. And after a while, when that phase is past, when it's the natural, we always come back to our normal selves, either from the experiences we have had that has brought us back to our senses, or parents that have, put a lot of pressure and hardness in us to bring us back to our senses. Okay, so when you with a child, first there's some steps that we like parents need to do. First of all, advise the child about spending too much time with friends. Time is a factor. Advise the child about the type of things that he decides to listen to. Yes, you will listen to all advice, but choose which one, and make the children, make the teenagers kind of become close to you. Let them be able to exercise or free their mind or ask you questions, because the more they come to you for questions and for inquiries, the more you are able to guide the child. And then another thing is, make sure that there is a mentor in that child's life, either you, the parents, or maybe an elderly one that that they have grown fond with, or they respect highly in the family. Just make sure that they have a mentor in either way. All right? Okay. And always be prayerful. Prayers. Ask the universe for guidance all the time. Okay? Well, thank you so much. I wish every parent with a teenage child at home the best of it all. Thank you for stopping by. It's Lady Gola again. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, ring our notification bell, and to subscribe to stay in the family. All right? Thank you so much.